What's good, everybody? How's everybody doing in the chat? Gonna talk a little Madden 22 today. Talk a little bit about what's going on with the tournaments, and talk a little bit about what's going on with the channel. Let a couple people load in here. I'm gonna be playing some games, running some 5 wide. I think 5 wide will actually be really good next year because of the spacing it's going to create, and also because of the fact that the user can't use both slot receivers like they were able to in years past. So I think that 5 wide is actually going to be something that people are going to kind of sleep on a little bit. I want to look at this while we're loading up here. I'm going to look at the quick. I want to go over the gridiron notes, and then I also want to go over the playtest notes, and then I want to go over the MCS announcement that we got this morning. Yeah, just going to be kind of a chill stream. Just wanted to get on. I've been wanting to play some Madden. We don't got a whole lot of Madden 21 left. I've actually kind of enjoyed the game. I think it's been one of the better ones, at least on current gen. Next gen Madden 21 was not very good. Hopeful, though. So let's go through these gridiron notes here. It says that the first thing they wanted to address was catching. Receivers, defensive backs need to be more aggressive in attacking the ball. Defenders don't always go for the interception when they're in position, and catching mechanics are not always responsive. Actually, really good feedback here. It says that there was a lot of work done on catching that did not make either of the playtest builds. So we were anticipating some issues with catching, and players definitely noticed them. They may not be a more important system in gameplay than catching, and in that vein, players will experience a lot of improvements to jump height logic that gives players more appropriate catch radiuses, and there's also more logic that increases aggressiveness for both offense. One really important additional change we want players to be aware of is that holding triangle to play ball on defense in Madden 22 will carry more risk because there are less multiplayer catches being used. Defenders playing the ball have more chances to miss the ball, whereas the range for swats has been increased. So, what's good, man? What's good, Ja? So, what I take that to mean, though, is actually a really huge point. I think user catching might be back next year. I don't know to what degree. From what I played in the beta, it was still kind of the same. It was a little bit better, but a little bit mostly the same. But I think swat ball is going to be a major mechanic next year, using that swat ball feature as opposed to just trying to pick everything off. I think you're going to have to be in a better, a more advantageous position to pick stuff off next year than not. I really like this is interesting. So the player movement debate and everything, I actually do think that they're taking it in the quasi-right direction. I think they went a little, most of the time what Madden has a tendency to do is they have a tendency to kind of compensate year to year. So when something's really bad in the previous year, it's actually normally pretty good in the next year's game. So anyway, all that to say, can you link that? Can you text that to me in a link? I want to look at that because I do want to talk about that as well. That's something that's really important. But anyways, back to what I was saying about kind of the dev notes, the player movement. I agree that there should be a big difference between players with speed. I think that's one of the biggest things that's slept on. But what I think you'll see over the course of the whole thing is that they will continue to upgrade it to the point that it's actually going to be quasi good. It won't be what current gen was. So you've got to kind of get that thinking out of your head already. But the thing that will be interesting is how does this affect defense? Because the biggest thing that's going to get affected is the defense. And what a lot of people have said, and I would definitely agree with this, is that they need to make it to where the zones actually play with logic. They need to make the defense be, if it plays just like 21 Next Gen did, which it doesn't. I'm not saying that it does, but if it were to do that, which was essentially why a lot of pro players did not want to play on Next Gen, myself included. The problem with that logic is that what happened was the they did okay in terms of offensively and everything. The movement wasn't really the issue. The movement simply covered an issue that was an issue. That was a crazy play by Marlon right there. And what I mean by that is, what happened was our user was able to kind of overcompensate and able to help out the defense when zones didn't react logically. The biggest problem that I have with this, and I think one of the guys that I really like in the community that does a good job talking Madden is NY Kia. And what he says about this is that, what the problem is not necessarily the fact that the movement or anything. The problem is that the zones just don't they drift. And what he means by that is basically because zones drift, especially with something like Gunslinger, you can probably fit these balls into windows that you probably shouldn't be able to fit in real life. And so that's really the issue, is that the user was able to kind of overcompensate for the fact that the zones were basically drifting all over the place. And so that's honestly, if you actually look at the Madden 22 meta, that's really what it came down to, was basically and you're seeing what I'm doing here, is we're going to put all of our zones, we're going to make them all drift to the outside. So any outside route, we're going to try to take that away, and we're going to try to force everything back inside where we can take it with our user. And that's pretty much the game. And if you actually watch, I think the best player of the last I think the best player since April, honestly, was Spamming Buttons. And I think he had the most success in the tournaments that were actually ran. And, obviously, I don't know if, some of the better players played in those tournaments, but I think it could be certainly argued that he has been the best player late in the year. I think our one great user actually said that in one of the interviews or one of the conversations he had. So all that to say, if you actually look at what he did defensively, it was basically, Mabel coverage with some adjustments, but definitely was a lot of Mabel coverage. So, and basically what it came down to, and he will say this too, I've heard him say this on his chat, is, Mabel coverage requires a good amount of user, and it's true, it does. But it's just the best way to play, because you force everything to come back over the middle of the field, which is where you're at, and so you take your chances. So all that to say, from what I played in Next Gen, and from the feedback and everything that I've been hearing, they're not going to be able to. You're not going to see like someone able to use the left and right side of the field. Really, it's going to be one side of the field or one. Even when I even say that, what I'm talking about is like, if you have good spacing, I have a feeling that really what we're looking at is the ability to use one or two routes at the most. That's what I think we're heading to. In Madden 21, you were pretty much able to use her, especially if it was over the middle of the field, you could use her 3 to 4 routes on one play. Like on the play curl flat, you could use her the streak, then you could use her the angle route, then you could use her the post. There's a lot you could cover in one play. Now I don't think we're going to be going that, and that's personally why I actually think you're going to see like 5 wide, you're going to see trips tight end, you're going to see spread. Those are some formations that are going to be really, really good next year, because you just can't, there's nothing that the user can't get. Like right here, I couldn't cover the right and the left slot. To me, that's huge, as I can't obviously talk and smash RG3, but anyways. So I want to read their dev note. With a lot of players experiencing the current console generation for the first time, Xbox X or PS5, the feedback towards next-gen player movement was very polarizing for the second year in a row. After many years on Xbox and PlayStation, we know that the big adjustment for players, it was also a big adjustment when we went from PS3 to PS4. So I think that some people that may not have been playing for a while, they don't really know that. What's up, Ronaldo? How you doing? But it was this was the same issue that we had when we went from PS3 to PS4. Literally the same. If you look it up, Madden 25 on PlayStation 3, and then you watch Madden 25 on PlayStation 4, completely different game, and mainly due to the player movement. That being said, we will continue iterating on the next-gen player movement, and some of the specific issues play callers have been tuned and improved. So I think that's actually a decent thing in the right direction. Like they've actually, done some stuff. But this is what I'm kind of getting at. So you see this little linebacker right here on the left side. What I can do now that I wasn't able to do in Madden 20. in Madden 21 is I can now throw to both slots. So wherever the user's at, I can just go right there. Of course, as I say that, I throw a pick. But I can just go right to the opposite side, in theory, especially next year. That being said, we will continue iterating the next-gen player movement, some of the specific issues. One frequent example mentioned in the play test was desire for bigger, heavier players to show more differentiation in speed as opposed to smaller, faster players. I think that is actually a good feedback. I actually think that is important. If it stays the way it is, there's no reason. You're going to see next year trucking backs are going to be the move. Speed backs are really not going to be necessary. And I think that's actually, kind of lame, because I think that there should be a place for both types of backs, just because it continues to kind of allow for game balance. So I just think that's a big thing. Acceleration, I think Spruce Goose did a video on the idea of acceleration, and I think that that's a big issue, at least right now, is that, you don't really need acceleration. So anyway. Let's talk a little bit about, let's see here. The momentum thing's not really that big of a deal, in my opinion. They fixed delay fades. The biggest thing is that rollouts are going to be a big problem. That's pretty much it. I mean, they did a bunch of stuff to franchise. I don't really care about franchise, but they did do a lot of stuff to improve franchise, so franchise guys are going to be happy. What's up, Wilson? I did what? You heard Madden 22 will be running game heavy? I don't know. It might be. We'll see. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I actually think it'll be decently balanced. I think it'll be pass heavy. Because the biggest thing with running the ball though on next gen, where you are correct in that is saying, the biggest issue on running the ball when it came to next gen was the fact that next gen, how do I say this? In next gen, the pursuit angles were so bad, which this is still a problem. The pursuit angles were so bad that it didn't matter. It didn't really matter. Give me that pick. That should be such an interception. It didn't really matter if you were in position because your defense completely glitched out, and it didn't matter that the offense couldn't really move. You wouldn't be able to do anything. So let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about in the gridiron notes. That's pretty much it. The biggest thing is we didn't talk about Gunslinger, but I think Gunslinger is still going to be necessary. So I'm going to try to see if I can figure out what abilities players have. I don't think those have been released yet. And if they have, it's been Madden 22. Yeah, they haven't been released yet, I don't think. If they have, somebody let me know in the chat. But they haven't been released yet. So then the next thing I want to talk about is the tournaments real quick. Okay, so let me show you here. Back to this for just a second. And what you'll see is corner out. But I think this motion out drag right here is going to be so good next year. It's already really good, but it's going to be really good next year. Okay, so MCS. This guy's just running a lot of cover 2. He's running so much cover 2. I'm just trying to fade here. Let me see if I can get him. I don't know how Marlon picked me off first time. Let's see here. Where does it give me the tournaments, the actual descriptions? I actually think this is a really good thing for the MCS. The fact that they're doing a ultimate kickoff, I think is actually a really good move for them. I outrun Sam Mills. No, I can't. So, the first tournament is August 21st, which I think is literally the first weekend. So I'm actually excited for that one. I think I'm going to compete in that one. What's up, Manny? I'm just throwing books right now on offense, but he got a pick 6 out of that. Madden Bowl. They're doing 250,000. They didn't really. Did they talk about the format of these tournaments? Maybe in the about section. They're doing everything through Battlefy this year, which I think is interesting. They're doing $1 million prize pool, which I think is good. They need to be doing more. There needs to be more money in it. There definitely does. I guess it doesn't really give you a thing. All we got was a trailer. Ultimate Kickoff, though, I think is a great move. I'm actually really, really excited for that. So basically, you register between now and August 21st, which I got to register today, and then you compete in a ladder for a weekend, which I think is good. I think that's actually a really good move for them. Okay, I need to score here, so let me try to lock in a sec. Do that. There. All right, we're back in the game. But yeah, I think that's. It doesn't really say. Is it all? Is it just all mutt? Does anybody know in the chat? I don't know. I actually don't know like what the breakdown was. I was trying to figure it out. Let me jump over into. Oh, whoops! I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Let me jump over here. See if I can figure this out. But I don't know. It doesn't give like a great description. Maybe it's on their Twitter. You can register on your phone. Oh, cool. Oh, here we go. Wait. Ultimate Kickoff, but it doesn't say like. It doesn't say if it's on mud or regs. That's the thing, but I don't know. But yeah, they do have good money for it. But I think the thing is interesting this year is, which I think is actually, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. I don't know. What do you guys think? But it's really top heavy as far as the rewards. Oh, here we go. Where did you get that? Read more. Maybe it's in the rules or whatever. Here we go. Competition overview. All right, one sec. I'll pull this up. All games are on MUT. Okay. At least for kickoff. I do like they're doing a last chance qualifier. I think that's actually a good move. Let's see here. Oh, my pick. Yep, so everything is MUT. Everything is MUT this year, which I think honestly is fine. I do like regs, but they didn't really. The thing was, I like what W said. I think this was in a stream that he did. But basically what he said, how is that not a fumble? How is that not a fumble? Oh my gosh. What he said was, they basically had two tournaments. Yeah, it's mud everywhere, I think. I think it's mud every year. There's no classic, which is fine, honestly. It's clear that no one really cares about. I personally like regs, but I don't think the community does. At least I don't think the casters even like casting regs, which I don't understand. And I guess it's just because what happens in regs is you always have a team that everybody uses that gives you the best chance to win. So I guess that's fine. I personally would rather. I think regs is like a good thing to put in the game, but it is what it is. Now let's talk a little bit about the meta in Madden 22. So the meta in Madden 22, I think what you're going to see is, honestly, I think you'll see a cover 2 meta, at least off the rip. And the reason why, I think you'll see man, I think you'll see match too. But I think the reason why cover 2 is going to be so important is because you're going to need that additional underneath zone to take care of some stuff that you wouldn't be able to stop otherwise. I'll probably be running, as far as like formations, I think it'll be a 4-down lineman meta. Like big nickel. Because I think the 4-down lineman pass rush is good. And I also think that the pressure that you're going to be able to develop is going to be better from 4-down linemen next year. Just the way the game played at beta kind of led me to believe that it's going to be like a nickel blitz 2 type of meta. So, what's up, Adrian? How you doing? It's been a hot second, man. I will be playing some regs, but I don't know. Unless I'm wrong, I think every tournament is on MUT. There will be 4 EA majors. 2021 MCS Ultimate Kickoff. And see how it says Ultimate everywhere? I think that's the cue. With Madden 22 Ultimate Team Gameplay, MUT. 2021, MUT. 2022, MUT. 2022, MUT. So I think it's MUT across the board this year. So, honestly, I think the competitive community would also agree that the game does play better on MUT in terms of the actual gameplay. The game is, the reason why is because number one, you can pick your abilities. Who doesn't want to do that? Number two, the players are all the same rating, so there's no like overpowered player necessarily. I mean, there is overpowered players, but there's nothing like that super does it anyway. So I'm pretty sure that it's going to be MUT across the board next year. I wonder if they'll do the Madden Bowl the way they did it last year. It doesn't really say on here. Maybe somebody knows in the chat. Maybe I'm missing something. But my plan to be no money spent. I'm playing Madden 21, but I'm talking Madden 22. I'll be playing Madden 22 though on Thursday. I want to say the game drops on Thursday, and I'm planning on streaming a lot on that day. I'm actually planning on streaming a lot for the next week. I got to figure out if I can or not, but that's my goal. All right. My plan would be no money spent. I'm still debating about it. If I'm going to compete, I don't know if I would be. The way they're making it, it just doesn't seem like you can. I don't know. I mean, you can do no money spent, but it's not easier. It takes so much time to grind your team too, and I don't know if I have that time. So I'm thinking about it. I don't know. We'll see. What I think is frustrating is they keep making everything on MUT, but then what they'll do is they don't allow, they can't make it so that it's like sustainable to be no money spent, at least for the best tournaments. You know, to have the best team by that date, it's like you basically grind your team and then you don't get to train, you don't get to practice your scheme or anything. As far as defensive meta, I want to look at the defensive playbooks. I don't remember. I think 4.6 will still be the book. But I think dollar is actually going to be good next year. But I don't know. We'll have to see what they do with some of the stuff. Yeah, 4.6 is still basically the same playbook. You might be able to, actually. I'm going to try to. Yeah, this is just Madden 21. It's like my last probably 1 or 2 days on 21, and then we'll switch over to like, how is that not a fumble? It's interesting how the cover 2 is actually, like, you're seeing a lot more cover 2 now. Let's see if he runs quick base. I thought I could slip in there. But from a user perspective, like, you're gonna need to use the left trigger. It's like my favorite thing to do in the user mechanic world, and I think you're really gonna need it in Madden 22. Because it's gonna keep you from, like, freaking out. Like, when you try to change directions, you're gonna need that left trigger to help you change directions. It was already really good in 21. I think it's gonna be essential in 22. Like, how is he not fumbling? I don't get it. Yeah, I'm getting it on both consoles. I'm going to be creating content for both consoles as well. From a run D perspective, I think the run is not going to be, like, crazy hard to stop. Whoops. Do this. I should have just ran this play all game. Oh, how did he pick me? Man, his safeties are, like, getting out there on me. So I didn't put a streak there. Alright, I'll be right back, and then I'll get into another game. If any of you guys want to play, let me know in the chat. We can get a game in. I was just a little warm-up game. I wasn't really paying attention. I'll play for real next game. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm planning to get it for both consoles, PS5 and PS4. I don't know if I'm going to get an Xbox yet. They're just so inflated in price right now. Let me see how much they're running. If I do get one, it'll be an X. Yeah, they're still like... They're actually not as expensive as... They're actually not as expensive as the PlayStation. I didn't realize that. I thought so. The PlayStation is actually a little bit more, but anyways, I'll be on PS5 and I'll be on PS4. I might grab an Xbox. We'll see. We'll see. As of right now, I don't have an Xbox though. I personally prefer the PS4, to be honest. The only reason why I think you'll see like 335 still be good is because of the safeties at linebacker. Yeah, Quintarius, what's your username? Or just add me. Here, I'll put my username in the chat for you. There you go. Just shoot me a friend request so we can get it rolling. So I think you'll see like this big nickel. I think this will be the D next year. Either big nickel. As of right now, my thought is it's either going to be nickel normal, big nickel, or nickel 335 will. The one thing they all have in common is the fact that they are all 4 down linemen set. The question is how good this pressure from big nickel is going to be. And how good the run D. But I'm pretty sure from what I tested in the beta, the pressure from big nickel is going to be good. And the fact that you can get it off of both edges is going to be really good and really important in my opinion. I just put it in the chat there. It's Ballard P90X. You can shoot me a friend request. That'd be great. Good dot. I also think that the interesting thing about defense, in my opinion, is a little bit different than offense. Defense, you have like the main innovation on the defensive side of the ball is going to come from your like adjustments, what you actually do on the field. Your base coverage is, I mean, there's only like 7 of them in the game. You have cover 3, cover 2. You have basically you have versions of all those coverages. You know, but essentially they're not the same, but they're They're conceptual. So you have 4 versions of cover 2. Cover 2 hard flat, cover 2 soft squat, cover 2 cloud, and then cover 2 man. You have, I want to say 3 or 4 versions of cover 3. You have cover 3 cloud, cover 3 match, cover 3 hard flat, and then cover 1. I guess cover 3 sky, so you have 5. And then cover 4, you have cover 4 drop, cover 4 quarters, cover 4 palms. I mean, I guess you would put cover, like cover 9. It's cover, not 9, but what am I trying to say here? Cover 9 and cover 6, yeah, in those same categories. So you have cover 4 palms, cover 4 drop, cover 9, cover 6. So 5 versions of cover 4. And then I would put cover 0 in there, so let's say 6. And then you have cover 3. You have cover 3 match, cover 3 cloud, cover 3 hard flat, cover 1. You could even put cover 0 in there, but I think cover 0 fits better in the cover 4 series of plays. You know, so that's what you got. So you basically got like 6, 5, 11, plus you probably got about, I'm trying to think of how to say it. I think I could say safely you have under 20 things that you can do defensively from a base play call perspective. Obviously, you can do them out of different formations, but that's pretty much the basic idea. There we go, Sean. Whereas on offense, technically it's kind of the same concept. Like you have a specific series of concepts that you can run. But I feel like offense you can do just a little bit more than you can on defense, at least at this point. But you can do a lot on both sides. But if you think about it from like a meta perspective, you're going to come out and you're going to do let's lock in here and get this dot. Seen a lot of cover 2. Oh gosh, that safety just, oh, good lurk. Okay, he's climbing me like crazy. But really, where the interesting part is, like with cover or with defenses, a lot of people think that you have, a million and one different pressure combinations. And reality is, you only have like, I'm trying to think of the number. You basically have, edge heat, B gap heat, A gap heat. So you have 3 basic blitzing principles. What's up, Bioli? What's up, Cam? Sean. That's the value of a 3 rec hook. What's up, Raider? How you doing? They do have a good team, yeah, you're right. See how you can't use her both slots? That to me is why 5 wide could be a move next year. Because they just can't use her both sides. Trey Stack is also in a lot more formations. And it's not in New England, but I think it's in Detroit. And Detroit has a pretty good trips tight end. If it was in New England, like New England probably the best. New England is probably already going to be a really good playbook. But if they had... See, I don't think they have that play. but their trips tight end is really good too. It just comes down, honestly, it's going to come down to how good the base playbook is, or the base is next year, because New England is the only trips tight end formation that has the base, the 45 quick base, which is really the main reason why you would run that if you're going to run trips tight end. The other playbook that I want to look at next year, two other ones, is the Chiefs, at least off the start of the year. The Chiefs offense, I think a lot of people are going to be running that, but I think it's really good. And then also, if you look at the Detroit Lions playbook, they have all of the plays out of Trey Stack that I like. And I think Trey Stack could be a really good way to read the defense and just be a really good way to like start a game. And then you can obviously work other stuff in. Yeah, the Lions trips is going to be good next year. The Lions trips is basically the Raiders trips, but it has, in addition to the bubble screen. So Lions, if you're a trips tight end player and you're more of a passer, I think you're going to be more of a Lions, like you're going to want to run the Lions trips tight end. If you're more of a runner, then you're going to want to run New England. That's just my 2 cents. I think he's running man. Oh, look how roasted I got. For some reason, I haven't been getting notifications of your streams. I know, I don't think a lot of people have. I've been streaming, and a lot of people said I haven't been streaming. I've been streaming. Just not as much, but I have been streaming. So next year, empty Trey Stack is in the Steelers, Bucks, Cowboys, Texans, Lions, and the running game playbook. All of those are good playbooks already. But they add this formation, and this formation I think you're going to see a lot of next year. I really do. Because I just think it's going to be so hard to stop. Like, number one, I think it's going to manipulate next-gen coverages a lot more than it was already able to manipulate like current-gen. But I think next year you're going to see it's going to manipulate like everything. I like the Steelers trips. Ravens playbook will still be good, yeah. Let's see if I do that. Dang it. But yeah, the Lions playbook will be good next year. The only thing is they kind of ruined the Lions. They didn't ruin it, but they nerfed it a little bit. The Lions bunch is not as good as it used to be. This last year was really good. It had a couple really good plays. It still has like flood, mesh post, bench pivot, some of the favorites. Z spot, of course, but it doesn't have. I guess it does. It does have like flanker drive or bunch trail, so you get that post, but it does not have like Jets dig. I think they actually took. If I'm not mistaken, I think they took Jets dig out of the game. So all you have is clear out from bunch. From what I was researching, I guess you do still have clear out, and that's only in the Washington football team's playbook. Unfortunately, it used to be in. I'm pretty sure that it used to be in the Lions playbook. And now it's not. So you have clear out FLN, and then you have clear out SE out, and that's all you have from bunch. You don't have that same ability to do like a Jets dig type play. So I think that'll be an interesting difference. And see, this is the thing. Next year, I still think you're going to have to use some of the same principles for covering. So that's why I like 5 wide, because your user really can't stand in the middle of the field, and in order for them to get good pressure, they're going to have to stand in the middle of the field. As I throw another book, I cannot fathom how good Tampa 2 is now. But anyway, I think you're going to see some of that. The Giants bunch is actually not bad. Let's do a cross. Am I losing? I think pocket presence is going to be a big thing next year too. I don't know about these corner routes next year, actually. I really don't. I know the corner routes are still going to be really important, but I don't know how they're going to go next year. Wish that route would work. Because a 4-down lineman rush is going to be the way a lot of bots play. I think this is a really underrated setup here. As I throw pick 6 again. Alright. Quintarius, you said you wanted to play regs? There's a new formation called Bunch Y Flex. It's interesting because it's not actually bunch. Like it's not. It's like it's not bunch. So the spacing is a little bit interesting in my opinion, but they don't have any. It's almost like bunch wide. It's like bunch wide, like flex. But I'm not sure how many playbooks are going to have that. Let me look at. Let me go playbooks. I know the Chiefs have it, and I know the Colts have it. It's interesting to me. The Colts playbook might be a slept-on one. They have bunch offset, but their bunch offset's not the greatest. Oh, they do have double plus actually. So the Colts playbook might be a slept-on book. Yeah, the Colts playbook's pretty good. So they have bunch offset, and then they also have that bunch wide flex. And bunch wide flex will be an interesting formation. I think that will be like a. That might be the formation I do my first ebook on. I don't know. I'll do one on that one. The only problem with the Colts playbook is they don't have like bunch tight end. They don't have like empty tray. They do have trips tight end offset. So anyway, all right. What is your Quintarius? What's your username? Starts with an A, right? Alshon, that's what I thought. Okay. There you are. Alright, I just shot you an invite. Can next gen and current gen play together? No, they cannot. I don't think so. The Colts will be the best if you want to run double post. The question, I don't know how good double post is going to be next year. Okay, what do we want to run? Did you get my invite, bro? The Falcons bunch will be pretty good. I think the Falcons bunch is underrated. So they have that bunch wide flex. The only problem is they don't have the one run that I want out of there. But you can play Madden 22 on Thursday, I'm pretty sure. What's up, Trey Ross? Trey Ross, can you text me that? And let me look into that. Or email it to me. Here's my email. You can play it at 8 a.m. on Wednesday. Here, shoot me an email on that with an article or whatever, so I can take a look at it. There's my email. So here's the thing about Atlanta. They've got bunch by flex. They've also got gun bunch. But the play that they have in bunch that's really good is they have deep corner. That's a new addition. They also have the wide curl. They don't have clear out. They had clear out last year, but they don't have it this year, huh? That sucks. I thought they had it. They have ace close. They have single back bunch. They have empty bunch. Tight doubles. Do they still have wide receiver cross? That's like their play. They don't have wide receiver cross? Wow. So I guess Atlanta's not that good, huh? The Chiefs playbook is like the playbook a lot of people are saying is going to be the best book. I don't know if it'll be the best one. I think it'll be up there, though. I got iSlot. I'm on PS5. They won't let me play. Okay, so you're on PlayStation 5. Okay, Cam, we can play. If you're still in the chat and you want to play, we can play. Alright, I shot you an invite. The only problem is the Chiefs 5 wide is like not the greatest. They do have this Trey wide flex, which is a new one. It's like a quads, and it has some really unique plays. It's got that wasp play. It's got some lasers out of it. They do have bunch tight end. They have bunch tight end. They don't have inside switch though, which kind of sucks. See, I think Seattle is still going to be probably the best bunch because it has everything you need out of bunch tight end. It doesn't have tight end corner though, which sucks. But it has curl flat corner, inside switch, be a bit over X spot. And then it has single back bunch and single back bunch tight end. It also has bunch, and in its bunch it has the clear out play, which is one of the only. I think it's not the only format playbook that has this play. The only other playbook that has it is Ravens. You want me to send you another one? So Seattle, I think Seattle might be the move if you're in bunch next year. If you want to run bunch, I think Seattle is the move. That's just my advice. I'll probably do a Seattle ebook. for those of you that want to run bunch. Where's Bewley at? There. So I'll probably do a Seattle ebook now that I'm looking at it. Seattle hasn't changed much. It still has all of the favorites plus read option. What's up, Nate? You're going to run New England? New England's going to be good next year. I think it's either New England or Detroit. If you're in trips tight end, those are the two books. New England or Detroit. What was the play formation I was going to do? Run Pitt. Seattle. Tampa Bay. Bewley, why don't you restart your console? I'll restart mine, and then we should be able to connect this. Yeah, Seattle's going to be the move, in my opinion, if you're going to run bunch. Unless that bunch Y flex formation is like the best thing ever, Seattle's going to be the move. Because they have bunch tight end, they also have bunch open tight end, and they have empty bunch. If you're running an empty, they also have this, their empty hawk is pretty good. It's got some good concepts. It just doesn't have the one route that I would want out of a 5 wide, which is a good post route to the outside receiver. Only a couple playbooks have that. Their empty Y off is like your traditional like 5 wide tight set. Their empty bunch is pretty good. They still have their trips tight end offset. Trey Y flex is the they have Trey Y flex, which is basically it's not trips tight end, but it's similar. Seattle's probably, if you're a bunch player, I advise Seattle. They still have their ace personnel stuff, where they have pistol ace. They also have deuce close, which is a good formation because it has halfback wham, halfback stretch, zone weak, and then play actions off of all that stuff. So to me, that's a really good bunch. If you're looking for a bunch specifically, Seattle, in my opinion, is probably the best way to go. Like I said, trips tight end, in my opinion, is going to be best out of the Detroit playbook. And then if you're looking for spread formations, it's going to depend on how good crossing routes are in 22. I still think the Cardinals playbook is the best way to run spread. The Cardinals playbook didn't change a ton. I wish they would get better plays for their wing flex close. They'd literally have nothing. Yeah, they did add the QB power, and you have the jumbo heavy Patriot or whatever, the Patriot heavy. I think the cluster. I don't think they added anything to it though. The cluster needed like a. In my opinion, the cluster needed like a better. They did. The Z spot play out of gun cluster in the Arizona playbook is going to be really, really good. So I'm not getting really excited for next year. I've got a ton of plans for guides. I think we're going to do probably the bunch and then the trips tight end right off the rip, and then we're going to look at and then we'll probably do a spread playbook. So those are like the first 3 that I'll release. I might do like the bunch Y flex just to get that out there before anybody else does. I might do that first. Like a Colt. I might do like a Colts playbook or a Colts guide, just because I think the Colts is like. I think the Colts is going to be actually better than the Chiefs, in my opinion. All right, Bewley, I'm going to shoot you in the butt. Yeah, they have read option out of that. Let me look at the Colts playbook real quick while I'm thinking about it. What was I going to run on offense? You know what? I'm going to run the cluster just for fun. Let me look at the Chiefs playbook and then I'll look at the Colts. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, the Chiefs. So the biggest problem with the Chiefs is they don't have, like, they have bunch tight end, but they don't have the best play out of bunch tight end, or, like, in my opinion, one of the better plays, which is inside switch. Bewley, I shot you an invite. And then their bunch halfback Strong is good. I don't know how good Strong is going to be. I think Strong's pretty good in 21, but I don't know how good it's going to be in 22. So I feel like that's going to be a thing. Now that I think about it. You know what? Now that I think about it, I actually did want to show you some stuff out of the Cardinals spread. Yeah, so I don't think Kansas City is going to be as good as everyone thinks it is. I think it's going to be okay. They do have some cool plays out of like just kind of similar standard plays, but I don't think it's going to be as good as everybody thinks, unless their spread is really good. But I don't think it is. It's like a basic one. Yeah, it's like a basic spread. They have a strong jumbo, which is a cool formation. Empty halfback wide is a new one, and I don't think it's actually that good. It's basically 5 wide receiver trio. It depends on how good that route from double post is, but I don't think it's going to be that great. Doubles wide off, they have some good plays, but nothing that's like, oh wow, you got to run this, you know. So their bunch wide flex would be why you're running the playbook, and they don't like. The one thing I do like about it, bunch wide flex, is I'll look at that, Mike. The one thing I do like about bunch wide flex and bunch tight end is they go really well together, because there's not a whole lot of movement in the audible. But in my opinion, bunch and bunch tight end are really a good way to play because it really does mess the defense up. The Panthers actually added bunch wide flex this year. So that means that the Panthers playbook is going to have bunch offset, bunch quads, bunch wide flex, bunch halfback strong, and empty bunch. And their bunch, and they're going to have the spread wide flex, but their spread wide flex is kind of average, if that. They still have the double post, but so they would basically have essentially the same. They would basically have the same playbook as the Colts. So I might do a Carolina guide. All right, what was I going to run out of this? All right. I still think this is the best spread in the game. I gotta look at run and shoot real quick. Oh, they have 5. They have empty trio. The Panthers do, but they don't have anything crazy out of it. They do have single back. They do have some single back stuff that's interesting. So the Colts have, I think the Colts have a better overall playbook than Pittsburgh or the Panthers do. I I'll look at that run and shoot playbook. I think the Colts is going to be the better one out of the Panthers. Unless you really value bunch halfback strong, which most people don't. They didn't really change anything about the run and shoot playbook. No, this is 21. I'm just talking Madden 22 today. Yeah, run and shoot, they didn't change anything really, from what I see. Oh gosh. One thing I do like about the run and shoot is they have the S post on both sides, which I think is actually really good. And then they also have the circle play, and they have some of the best streaks. They have some really good angle streaks that are pretty good. They added some new... Oh, no, they didn't. Not really. I wish they made the Cardinals, like, the mesh routes actually work better. And they put mesh posts in. They don't have mesh post in any of their... like plays. Oh, they added this formation. I'll probably run the... Actually, I probably will run the Cardinals a lot. They added... I guess the Ravens have this as well. They added empty quads, but it's a 4-wide spread with a really good 4 verticals play. The way he's playing. Let's just do this. Shallow cross. What's good, Durant? How you doing, man? Alright guys, 1 sec, I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Just running streaks. Savage. Savage. What's good, Andre? We can run a game if you'd like. Just add me on PlayStation. Do you have my username? Those of you guys that like run and shoot, do you run like the option routes and everything? Let's see what he does here. Yeah, the Cardinals have a new formation, gun empty quads. I think that'll be a good formation. They have single back wing pair. I don't think they have that in 22 or in 21 either. And they have the rest like stuff they already had. Let me look at their tray open real quick. I think tray open is such an underrated formation. It has such good spacing, and you have like a really good mesh play out of there from their playbook. And that's also a way you can get the alright, what am I doing here? QB Power. What's up? Break him down. How you doing? I don't think there is a club series this year. I think that it's what I was looking at. It's how do I explain it? It's like, oh gosh, I'm trying to think how I. It's basically just 4 different tournaments. What's up, Ramsey? Yeah, I will be doing some current gen stuff. go. There's my PlayStation Network ID. So I think that's the only thing that changed in the Cardinals book, though, is they just added that one formation. Nothing else too significant. I wouldn't be surprised if it's still an issue, but it might be fixed. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's still an issue. Gosh dang it, the phone said you're supposed to catch that. What's up, Dennis? How you doing, man? Spread them and shred them, buddy. I might do one next year. I did a few last year, yeah. What's up, Rage Quit? Do you crash your line out when blitzing in big nickel? You don't have to actually, but I do. Yeah. For the MCS, I probably will be actually. Yeah, my plan is to try. X wide open. I wonder why he defended it that way. Oh, it's cover. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, we gotta lock in. Man, 22 grand starts today, baby. Gotta lock in. What's up, Tecmo Bull? How you doing, man? Yeah, buddy. I think Madden 22 will be a spread here. I really do. Oh, I thought that was a tutty. Yeah, I do plan to do that actually. Yeah, there'll be a major spread ebook come out. There'll be a spread ebook, bunch ebook, trip tight end ebook, bunch tight end ebook. Are like 4 that I already have off the top of my head. I really want to do a tray open ebook, but I won't do that right away probably. I think that the Packers playbook, let me look at this one formation out of the Packers playbook for 22. They have gun bunch. Yeah, they have doubles flex, which is a really good formation. And then they also have this formation called Packer trips. And it has those stock fades on both sides. It also has a really good forward verticals play. Has the smash concept. Only thing is it doesn't have those post routes that I really like out of that formation. Good dot. What's the one? I said the Minnesota playbook had the best tray open, I think. I'm going to look at their tray open. It's either them or the Vikings. If they have the play Smash in it, which is a really important play out of tray open. Or the Vikings or the Broncos. Which are basically the same. So I think I actually think right off the top of my head, I think Broncos is the better one. But the Vikings have maybe a little bit more. Oh my gosh, he's supposed to jump it. All Madden level has demon crazy coverage and all pro level coverages are normal. That's why I play on all Madden. Yeah, I think the Broncos will be the tray open. Kevin! Gotta make that play, Kevin. Good run. I'm definitely doing a 5 wide ebook next year. I can promise you that it's gonna come. Oh, the Steelers got the ace double wing added to their playbook. Might do a Steelers one. The Cowboys playbook, I think, is underrated, though. They have a really good empty tray stack. They also have this. They have gun bunch. They also have empty cowboy, which I think is quads. No, it's just 5 light, true. All right, we're just playing cover 2. Nah, you can stack them. It's fine. Let them run. Gosh, I'm getting so robbed this game. Good dot. Oh, okay, let's do. Kevin, take the ball away. That's my ball. That's my ball. Oh, Kevin. Oh, Kevin. Bop, bop. That's such a cool route concept right here. This right here, route combo of the year. Got bagged. Not a guy open, but I didn't throw it. Give me something. Piece of cheese, you know he got dotted over the top from the bunch quads. I'm telling you right now, bunch quads could be the new hotness. No joke. Shamed. Yeah, the Buccaneers playbook's probably the best playbook for 5-wide. So Arizona spread, Bucks 5-wide, Pats trips tight end and U trips, and bunch too, but those are the two bigger ones. And then Vikings or Broncos tray open, Arizona cluster. Kevin. Let's run some quads. Give me like a better corner route though. They don't give me anything good. Drag under. I guess inside post would be the other play. Like this corner route from Z spot is so bad. I need a better corner route. Laser. Lizard. They totally took split close out of this and they put tight doubles in there. Kick dot, shamed. Did they take split close out of the game? The Bucks, I guess they still have in there, but like, you can't get it. No, this is Madden 21. But we're talking Madden 22 playbooks and stuff. Oh, there it is, right there in my face. Okay. So Split Close is basically all the same playbooks it was in. How about this for some West Coast lays? I think it's in the Bucks playbook. The Bucks playbook will be good next year. And they took out Extra Trail, I think. How'd I get a touchdown? I got a fumble or something. Oh, freaking A, man. You should be good. Oh, man. Hey, Andre, can we play later? I gotta jump off. I lost track of time here a little bit, so I gotta jump off a little early. Right after this game, I gotta jump off. I gotta go to a meeting. GG's. Alright, guys, I gotta get off a little bit early. I might get on later tonight. I'll see you guys. Got a lot of work to do for 22.